Mollie, the Macaw, from the new mascot horror game Indigo Park. And this? Well, this is me, meeting Mollie for the third time, still pretending like I met her for the very first time. Then I realized something.
Macaws don't eat meat!
Indigo Park, a new mascot horror game that hit Steam in 2024, which got in a huge fan base because of how popular the first chapter is. The second one is coming out sometime either this year or next year. I have no idea. But why am I making this video? I already have a video about this game. I played it. Well, the reason for that is all because of one big bird within the game. Mollie. Macaws have been my favorite birds for a very long time, and I've always wanted one, just like a snake, or a lizard, or a dog, or a cat. Oh wait, I already have one of those. As much as I love this game, even though I almost hated it, there's one thing that kind of bugged me, and yet it had something to do with Mollie again. But she isn't the only problem, and it all starts with this doll here. Wait, why does this doll look different? This doll is based on a show that I don't know anything about, but I do know that this doll is based on some sort of bug hero. But what does this doll have to do with Mollie? Well, this.
This is our unique piece!
I started cutting the hair off the doll's head before going in to remove the mask from the doll, which makes no sense because I'd be covering the face up anyways with clay, so I have no idea why I decided to do this. Maybe I had some inspiration from the mimic. During this process, I also took the time to remove both the ears and the nose from the doll's face as well because, well, she's not going to need them. She's going to be getting a new ear and face, I guess. This doll needed a lot of body modification to be done. Since she's a humanoid bird creature, I needed to mark down the spot where I'm going to be cutting, and once that process was done, I pulled out this crappy Dremel tool that I gotten off of Amazon, which I do regret getting, and I started cutting. I thought it would be a great investment to get this small Dremel tool because one, I can hold it in my hand comfortably, and two, it doesn't overheat as often like the other one. But at least I thought it didn't overheat. It's no good. Over time, I did cut the legs off, but it took me so long to cut the torso off that I literally grabbed a saw just to cut this torso off. I should have grabbed my good Dremel tool to cut this out.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes.
Once I was able to get this doll into pieces, I started gluing it back together in the way I wanted it, like the pose and the final position that the doll will forever be. Once I was done with that, I added my first layer of epoxy sculpt just to make sure nothing was going anywhere. Even with the first layer of epoxy sculpt, guys, I wasn't liking something. Something about the doll felt off. Maybe at her shoulder, so I did saw into her shoulder to extend the shoulder length. But something still felt off about her. At the time, I didn't know what was off, but I continued the sculpting part. To the point that I got the head off, to the point that I got to the head of the doll and started sculpting the part. And then I accidentally dropped her and her head came off. So I just continued without her body, which made it easier. But then I made the head a bit too big and it wasn't matching her body, so I ended up matching her head with her body. I just made everything look bigger just to match with the head. And I think that's what was off with her. So besides her feet, everything looks so much better. I had so much sculpting Mollie, guys. She was so fun to sculpt. I even added in detail that wasn't in her original concept, and I want to talk about that real quick. You see, I did redesign Mollie from the game because I wasn't really a big fan of her design from the game. Now, Finley from Chapter 2 trailer looked amazing, and I want something similar to Mollie and Lloyd's design for the game as well. This is the main reason why I decided to redesign Mollie in my own style, but also what I think Mollie is. I have a theory about this game that could prove that these creatures were once human and animals, but we gotta move on. And what the heck happened to her upper body?
Yeah. Foreshadowing.
Did I drop her again? I need to stop dropping her on the ground. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. I don't really know what happened here, but it gave me a perfect timing to add on a feather that scaled her detail on her legs. And once all of that was done, it was time to glue her back together and... Why? We interrupt this program for a very special announcement. If you like art and you want to follow artists on social media, but have no idea where to go? Well, my Linktree is the perfect spot to go to buy social media. My Linktree has pretty much everything to my portfolio to even my store. It's closed because I'm still working on it. And even my social media like my Instagram or my other YouTube channels. If you guys want to check out my other social media platform, head on over to my Linktree, link in the description below or on my channel banner. Now back to the video. Alright, now that I'm back from my existential crisis, let's finish up Mollie's sculpting and, wait a minute. Where did those come from?
Back it in there.
Those are the feathers that I made for her, which I'm making right now. Late transition, huh? I did it myself. I made paper template first before transferring it to EVA foam, and I cut them all up. And I used my soldering tool on them just to kind of like add in more detail. Please wear a mask and be in the ventilated area when you do this. And then I glued them onto the tail and wings. This took me forever.
It has been 84 years.
This took me way too long, to the point that I ran out of foam and had to get some more foam from the store. But it was so worth it in the end because she turned out so good. I do have one regret, but I'll get to that later. After gluing the feather to everything that needed feathers, I put the wings together with the arms and started adding foam clay to this, which I kind of regret doing this. You'll see later why I regret this, but it turned out to be a bit bulkier than what I expected it to be. And I'm not really liking that, but oh well. I know. And with that, the sculpting part is finally done. It's now time for... Wait, this is just the tail. Did I remove the tail? I probably did. Make it easier to blush and body and paint. Now once I was done with that, I glued it back onto the body and...
What?
Okay, it's official. This project is cursed. Do I need to exorcism my project? So besides the small issue I have, I used cosplay at first for the clothing, and no, I didn't use it after this because, well, it turned out sticky for some reason after baking. Anyways, I added the paint to Mollie, and then I proceeded to add photos of painting onto the upper body. I was wondering where this went, and then I body blushed the whole thing after adding the final detail off camera, and with this, after adding in the final detail and even the final washing... Wait, what? Wait a minute, what are my words? After adding the final detail and even the final wash and gloss to the doll, Mollie is finally done. And yes, I know she's missing her head, but let's just believe that I've forgotten those shh. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I had a lot of fun working on this project, and I can't wait for chapter 2 to get announced.